Let's begin, y'all. What did this team work on last week? I get to start this week. I got to put in some slides this week as the owner, which was kind of a glorious achievement for myself. See, I'm a contributing member to this team that I own. I get to announce we didn't hire an intern. We had two very strong intern candidates, and we did not hire our second finalist, Sam Schwartzstein, mainly because his Cry-Bry, he didn't do so well on R. He scored really well on CRY. His philosophy of yard work was great. The cover letter and the resume obviously stellar. But when it comes to R, which was running the 40, I really needed to see a little more out of him. For that, and because of the competitive pool at the top, we didn't hire an intern because we didn't think they would actually be, fitting the team in the constraints that we thought. Also, something I worked on this past week as the owner was my internal affairs team on the staff tried to find out who leaked all the stuff to Wired several weeks ago. Whoever it is, they're covering up pretty well, but we couldn't find any source of the leaks, leaked emails. The internal affairs team is hard at work. Sam, did you wanna talk about what we're working on this week?
First and foremost, we're getting towards the end. We've got some secret sauce that we can't quite disclose. So I will say, the team is working hard. As we came back from the strike, we realized that some of our fundamental models were incorrect. And this really comes down to our need for an intern. And more importantly, I need my donkey dev. So nobody on the team has their donkey dev yet. And that's really what we were hoping we would get out of the intern. The team is really questioning, where are our donkey devs?
What is a donkey dev?
You know how academics have their PhD candidates do all the work for them, and if they fuck up, they blame it on them. And if they do good, professor can put their name on the paper, right? It's
yes.
all upside, no downside, right? As we get to our rest and vest status within the Big Data Bowl team, right? Because we're going to get ownership eventually. So really, the team members right now are focused on just getting to that vesting point where we can get some equity out of the Big Data Bowl team. But we need our interns to be our donkey devs. The donkey dev is somebody who will do the work and take the blame if it goes bad, but give us the credit if it goes good. We had an issue with some of our code for our expected yards after carrier catch. See right here, there's an arrange by NFL ID. That should not be there. Now, if I had my donkey dev, that error wouldn't have happened. But now, all the work we've done up to this point, absolutely garbage. So, question is, who is going to be my donkey dev? I need that intern to fix my code.
You did find this on your own, this error. Isn't that just the regular process of coding?
No, not in today's world. As someone who has had more than 2 years experience writing code, I should no longer be forced to be accountable for my code. In reality, I need someone to come in and take blame for if I make errors. I'm all about the big concepts, the ideas. I don't need to be held accountable for the minutia.
The second thing I would bring up is we tried to get an intern and they weren't qualified.
That's fair. We had one candidate who I think was qualified, but he obviously had other ambitions. I'm not talking about Sam. Mm-hmm. And then we had Sam, who clearly was not a proper fit for the organization.
Right.
But that doesn't mean we stop trying to get qualified talent into our org to clean my code for me? Why be a senior data scientist if you are not going to have somebody that you can blame your failures for and take credit for their work? Like, that's the whole point of getting to senior status. I negotiated when I joined this team that I could carry my prior work experience as status into this new role.
We will look into other resources, but I feel like the team that we have right now is the team that we're going forward with. So, okay. Well, do we have any announcements? Do we have any announcements to make?
The reason I missed last stream is because I had a quote-unquote medical incident.
Okay.
And during this event, which is the reason why I have to get back to work so I can get it paid for, thanks America, I was told by a quote-unquote doctor that I have a dependency on Hidevi. First and foremost, I want to say that Hidevi is not an addictive substance, and you should continue to buy as much Hidevi as possible. But this doctor told me that if I wanted to get my medical bills covered, I'm required to join a 6-step process to Hidevi recovery. This is called the Log 729 Base 3 program. The reason is because this 6-step program was developed by a former baseball player by the name of Turk Wendell, who had the number 3, and that 729 was his angel number. And so log 729 base 3 equals 6, and that's our 6-step Hidevi program.
What is an angel number?
Some astrology nonsense. I don't know. All I know is that the doctor required me to go to these meetings and follow this 6-step process if I wanted my medical visit covered by my insurance, which apparently I need to because it was quite expensive because I had to have my stomach pumped. We've already gone through in my meeting step 1 of the process, which is the utter realization, which is that I am dependent on a unique blend of goat milk, fenugreek, dill, garlic, and that this may have a negative effect on my health and daily life. Now, whether that's true is up to debate, but according to doctors and science, this is true. In my meetings, I am on step 2 and 3 of the process, which is I am exploring the pasture of alternatives, trying to figure out what other beverages and flavors can satisfy my need for Hidevi.
What is an alternative to Hidevi?
There's not many pre-made Hidevi alternatives on the market. I'm kind of experimenting in my own kitchen with Hidevi alternatives that can really satisfy that flavor profile while not making me so hypercharged with energy that doctors consider it quote-unquote dangerous. So I'm trying to dial down like some of the other spices within Hidevi, limit the amount of fenugreek and dill and garlic. There's nothing that quite hits the same way a refreshing Hidevi does. So, if you can order a case of Hidevi, please order it now, because like I said, I might be chemically dependent on it, but you are not. So please go out and buy as much Hidevi as you possibly can. This is financially backed by Nick. It will help the stream by ordering as much Hidevi as possible, so please do so.
I do not, just because I pay the people on this big dateable team, that does not mean I am an investor or financial backer. That is your money that you are using to create whatever this goat milk energy drink is.
I mean, let me play out the thought experiment here. If Nick asks me to kill a rival data scientist and I do so, is it my fault or is it Nick's fault? So if Nick gives me money and I spend that on Hideify, is he not a direct investor in Hideify? I'll let chat decide.
Chat is a logical entity here and obviously a third party. Checks out. It doesn't check out.
Step 3 of this process is supposed to be a fenugreek-free flavor fiesta, which for me, I don't know if I can quite follow through with this step because I'm supposed to find a beverage that also does not have goat milk or fenugreek, which at that point, I might as well be drinking Ohio River water. I mean, if I'm not going to get the health benefits of goat milk and fenugreek combined together, why would I even exist is the question. So, this is a 6-step process. After that, I'm supposed to hoof it into wellness, which is incorporating physical activity to burn off all quote-unquote toxins I've received from Hideify. And then I'm supposed to support the herd in step 5, which means bringing my family and friends into a support group. And then finally in step 6, I'm supposed to free myself from Hideify, which is the Milky Way of freedom. We'll see if we get to that point. I will continue with this process as long as I need to get my medical bills paid. And once that is done, I will buy as much Hideify as possible. And I encourage everyone in chat to spend as much of their income on Hideify as they possibly can.
Isn't this to get you off of Hideify?
Sure. It is supposed to get me off of Hideify. But in reality, this is a way to get my medical bills paid so that I can quickly get back to consuming as much Hideify as possible so I can be at my peak performance the way every other data science should be within chat.
If people have been sending me messages of hashtag hitting the satchel, what does hashtag hitting the satchel mean?
Well, I'm happy you asked. Now, Hideify, back in the olden days, was traditionally drank from a goatskin satchel. And so now I have for you, exclusively in chat, an offer that you cannot miss. This is an offer to get your own Hideify goatskin satchel for $49.99 American, $9.99 SC. This will be the official drinking satchel for the Hideify product. You load your Hideify up in a goatskin satchel, and I'm talking about 1 + 1 = 3 people. I'm talking about synergy. I'm talking about improving your performance 10x. There's something about goat skin mixed with the goat milk. I can't say it for certain, but it leads to potential immortality. If you want to live forever, you need to drink your Hideify out of a goatskin satchel.
How does this relate to the big data pool?
Performance depends on energy. The energy is supplied by Hideify. And so whether or not your team performs depends on whether or not they're drinking Hideify.
Okay. What do we need for there to be a submission on the 8th?
Tim needs a work visa, first and foremost. He has not been able to join us in the country.
But that's because he tried to smuggle Hideify in for you.
That's a moot point. You need to figure that out as team owner, work around the problems and figure out a solution. So get Tim into the country. Then we need at least 1 intern per person, if not 2. And we need a minimum $2 million invested in Hideify as a product.
$2 million?
That will allow us to free up capacity Cassidy from focusing on selling Hideavai
The
to working on the project. It'll give us the proper supply of Hideavai we need so that we have the energy to grind through the last 3 weeks.
the big data bowl at most pays out $25,000. How does this make any sense at all?
I thought this was about the glory of winning a championship, which is frankly something that you can't quantify in dollars. You might be able to quantify it in Sprite coin, but you can't quantify it in dollars. So, I mean, $2 million to have the glory of being the first owner of a Big Data Bowl team that has won the championship that you sponsored, I don't know. You've got to calculate the ROI on that one.
My accountant is hard at work right now. That is for damn sure. So long as there is something to submit, that way this isn't just like, because I've moved you guys to, like, I've roomed y'all, I've paid you all out already.
All right. I forgot. So I need health insurance, obviously. And, you know, when you see that bill come through from last week, I need you to do me a solid and, like, say I was still working during that time and therefore covered in health insurance. Data Dude, though, he needs specific insurance. He needs malpractice insurance, group law, and then pet insurance. So we need to make sure that all three of those things are covered under his employee benefits before he will work again.
This isn't a company. You are ultimately volunteers on a team. I've assembled a team that, yes, you were paid to be a part of the team. And this will get us a Big Data Bowl entry at the end of the day, is what you're saying.
Sure.
Okay. I did have one announcement when I saw Data Dude asking for the insurance stuff. I just wanted to announce we do not offer any insurance. This is just a general... I was about to say, it's not a company. We're not a company. We're under a team. We're under a team name. We're just a team of people who have volunteered. And we don't offer insurance of any kind, nor have we, because we are just a ragtag group of chums, chumming it up over data science.
Not a good look for the team. Not good for morale. I'll say that right now. Finding out that we don't have any insurance 8 weeks in, I mean, really could have let off with that in week 1.
Well, there was one more piece of business we wanted to do today, and I think we've spent many weeks so far trying to come up with a team name, and I think we've settled on one of 2 names. Since we are based in Indianapolis and we are an NFL team, NFL Big Data Bowl team, I wanted to pay a little homage to the NFL and definitely have some subtle branding from our Big Data Bowl team, our group. Option 1, which is Nick Wann's Indianapolis Colts, and option 2, Indianapolis Colts Nick's version.
I mean, I have a strong preference for number 1.
Your Nick Wann's Indianapolis Colts.
Yes. That is my preference of the 2. Indianapolis Colts Nick Wann's version sounds like a remix song, and we're not a remix team.
Anyone in chat interested in Nick Wann's Indianapolis Colts? Indianapolis Colts. Okay. Hopefully next week we will have resolution. We have 14 days essentially to have a product. Really curious as to how this is gonna all work. But I am hopeful still. I do believe that we're going to get to the finish line. Action items. It sounds like, Sam, you're going to get through log 3, 729 step program. I think I have that one right.
Yep, that's what we call it in the biz.
That's all. I think that's all for the week. I will catch you next week on the next update. Thank you, Sam.
All right, I'll get back to it.
With Prime, you have a channel subscription every month at no additional cost to be used on any partner or affiliate channel. When you click the subscribe button in any partnered channel, the first tab shows you if you have a subscription option, if you a